wake up unable to walk or even talk. You are now in constant pain, and not only that, but in mental anguish. That why has this happened to you? Especially since you don't have much time to live, and you ask why the last moments of your life have to be in pain and mental anguish. According to NPR.org, and written by Lisa Alferez and published March 10th, 2016. As of June 9th, 2016, the Aid in Dying law will pass in California. This makes California the fifth state to have medically assisted death legal. It is now California, Oregon, Washington, Vermont, and Montana. California does have one distinct difference, as California had to pass this law through a special session. This was because the first time that the law was introduced, it did not pass, and it had to go into session one more time for it to actually pass. The Aid in Dying law will soon come into effect in California, and I believe it should stay in effect here and in all the United States, as this as dying in peace is something that everybody should have the right to. Now we'll talk about the eligibility for this process, the pain that some of these patients go through, and the mental anguish that they often want to get away from. Uh, According to a article on the LA Times, March 10th, 2016, by Patrick McGreevy, many people have been questioning this law as they think there will be too many people trying to get this process done as an easy way out of life. But unfortunately, this isn't true, as the eligibility process is very difficult and strenuous. And very strict. You must be 18 years old and submit 2 oral requests 15 days apart, and one final written request that must be signed by 2 people and overseen by another doctor. And this must be done 48 hours before you're given the lethal dosage for the process. The dosage is given by 2 pills that are mixed and turned into a powder. These pills are then given to the patient either through in water or mixed in yogurt, depending on what the patient wants. So this law definitely gives people the time to think over their decision and make sure that this is actually what they want and what they need. Now, many of these patients look for this process as they are in excruciating pain for only the last couple months of their life. Many of these people don't think it's worth going through all this pain just to live a few extra months. According to a article on dailymail.co.uk, published February 2013, discussed an essay by Dr. Ken Murray. He talked about a taboo that many doctors have never wanted to speak of. He mentioned how most doctors are very optimistic towards the people, are over optimistic towards the family of the patient. They often say that the family overestimates the power of modern technology, of modern medicine. He continued to mention that he continued to mention that most of the treatments he recommends for the patients, he often, if he was in that situation, he would not take them. He gives one example in cancer patients that are diagnosed with an advanced stage of cancer. Often the treatments that they receive do nothing but increase their life for 1 to 2 months, but it does nothing for the life quality, as they still suffer for much longer. Just because, oftentimes, because the family wants them to stick around for a little longer. Lastly, I want to talk about the mental anguish that is often forgotten. Many people search for a way out since they're they're often scared of losing their autonomy or basically losing total control of their body. It's hard to imagine that somebody would want to live their last few months doing nothing but laying in a bed, not even knowing themselves if they're dead or alive. For many people, it becomes a comfort to know that things ended in their on their terms, that they chose when they were ready to depart. Uh, Lastly, to wrap things up, um, the 8 and 9 law in California should always be stay legal and should be legal in all the United States, as dying in peace is a right everyone should have. Having your last couple months of life in pain and mental anguish is something that nobody should have. Even if your family doesn't understand you, this is something that even your family won't understand, as you yourself must make this decision. Your family shouldn't stand in the way and should allow you to take the final decision.